the world, people are putting something back into their communities in sustainable and innovative ways. Welcome to World Challenge 2007, where people can have principles and make a profit. Now in its third year, World Challenge travels the globe in its search for businesses and projects that are about more than just the pursuit of profit. And you have the chance to decide which ones win fabulous awards to reinvest in their enterprises. Each week we profile 2 of the dozen finalists, and you can vote for your favourite at www.theworldchallenge.co.uk. That's www.theworldchallenge.co.uk. In this programme, the Brazilian fishermen who've struck oil, not from underground, but from nuts washed up on the seashore. And in Nepal, how simple technology could promise to ease a shortage of fuel and help to clean up the environment. Nepal, a landlocked Himalayan kingdom suffering an acute domestic energy shortage. Firewood supplies are running out as the forests vanish and imported fuels such as kerosene and liquid petroleum gas, or LPG, are beyond the pockets of the estimated third of the population who live on less than $1 a day. Now there could be a solution, a source of fuel for cooking and everyday needs for even the poorest people, and it's made from waste.
Everybody needs cooking fuel, but the cooking fuel is imported from the third countries, paying the foreign currency, and also the burdening to the government budget, all the time subsidizing. And the kerosene, and the LP gas, So, about 86%, depend on biomass.
Firewood is the biomass source in greatest demand, but it's usually burnt inefficiently, and that means lots of smoke, responsible for chronic eye and lung damage. And it's running out fast as the human population increases. One study found that time needed to collect it has increased by 60% in the last 25 years. One result is that the poor in the city can no longer afford to buy charcoal. Cars queue for petrol as Katmandu suffers a fuel shortage. LPG, petrol and kerosene all must be imported by road from India, and the supply line is uncertain. It was in the grip of an acute shortage 15 years ago that Sanu Kaji Shrestha began searching for a solution, not for motorists, but for the many who rely on LPG or kerosene for cooking.
In 1995, I could not find the LP gas in the local depot, so I queued up 3 days in Balaju, the main station for distributing the LP gas. But I could not get a single cylinder. That's why my mind was struck. All our cooking fuels are imported, kerosene and gas. So our economy cannot afford these costly fuel.
Sanu is an economist with a practical bent. In 2002, he set up the Foundation for Sustainable Technology. At first, he concentrated on solar, but climate, expensive equipment, and above all, the need to change cooking habits hampered its take-up, so he started looking for a simpler alternative. It was the waste often left lying around that provided the inspiration for his big idea.
Our economy is decreasing day by day, but our cost of living is increasing day by day. So that's the main problem. We have no income source, but we have abundant source of raw materials, which is lying in the ground and all the time polluting the cities and the communities.
The principle is simple. The fibrous waste material, anything from paper and cardboard to leaves or sawdust, is mixed with water and pulped. The equipment for making briquettes is simple and locally produced. A piece of plastic pipe drilled with drain holes, a metal frame to hold it, and a plunger to fit inside. Briquettes are made by applying pressure using the simple equipment. Then they're left to dry in the sun. The fuel was only one half of the equation, though. Sanu found that the stove technology could also be improved.
Look at this. It's a brilliant idea. Everybody's kitchen have this tripod to hold the pot. So we see how much energy we are wasting from here. If we put this, then more than 20% of the energy can be saved, and it is much more faster in cooking. There's a simple technology that must be adopted.
The Foundation for Sustainable Technology produces a range of stoves in its workshops to suit different budgets. They'll burn firewood or briquettes much more efficiently than traditional designs and produce less smoke. Top of the range are the gasifying stoves, blasting air through a carefully designed arrangement of holes to control burning. The theory is all very well, but how do you get people to actually use it?
We ask the people, we ask the community from the villages to interact with us, with our technologies, whether these technologies can be replicated in their community at a low cost.
The poorest sectors of society are the most difficult to reach. However, Sanu has made one big breakthrough by striking a partnership with an institution that was originally set up to help leprosy sufferers.
This is Shanti Seva Griha Clinic and Rehabilitation Center. This was actually meant for leprosy affected people. So we established this in '92, thinking of helping leprosy affected people who were otherwise be beggar.
It now treats other disabled people too and trains them in handicrafts from needlework to block printing. Feeding 400 people at the centre means a monthly fuel bill of $750 just for LPG and kerosene. Sanu had some advice for Krishna.
If you ask me, there's a first priority should go to the briquette making process so that you can immediately save your fuel budget. Then, and side by side, you can also see the people are in happy mood.
Even the most disabled residents can help with some part of the briquette making, cutting down the organisation's reliance on expensive imported fuel and benefiting the environment.
Most of our people in our big general kitchen is using LPG, the gas. It's imported from India, and also kerosene, which is very, very hazardous. And this we cannot make. So briquette came as an idea which is too important for us. We have got lots of papers around the city, and that's we collect every morning, and that is made briquette. Our own patients can work on it, and that is giving energy, cleaning the city. We are also going to big offices like GTZ, GED, and just last week I happened to go to the ICRC, it's the International Red Cross office. So they are giving us all the waste papers. So they are too happy with us, and we are too happy with them.
The organisation has an eco-village for leprosy-affected and disabled people outside the city, where briquetting is going on a large scale, employing 40 people. As well as giving useful employment to the residents and saving money, the physical nature of the processing is good for rehabilitation.
Now she's softening her feet, and if we put oil at the end of the day, so it keeps that feet soft. It is kind of therapy. She does her leprosy feet. It is very good for her health, stimulating the circulation.
Some of us were taught to be trainers. We have trained the others. I want to train them how to do this in the Tarai region. They don't have enough firewood there, and they rely on commercial fuels.
First they got training for briquette making. Now they are very enthusiastically working, because we could convince them that it saves an environment, and also it saves their money, and it is locally done.
This enthusiasm is proving that briquettes made from waste can be a viable fuel for the most disadvantaged communities. It's just 2 months ago that Sanu trained some of these people, and it's the first time he's seen them in action.
I've never expected such a progress. This is a business because they are reducing the commercial fuel, at least for the kitchen. So, and also on the other side, they are also using their own waste.
With the briquettes proving themselves in action, Sanu's next challenge is to spread the word and increase take-up of this cheap, low-tech solution to Nepal's fuel shortages.
If I'm selected for this award, I spend in institutional development of this organization so that we are more capable, to disseminate more vigorously in the community level. We will select what actually it is needed. My dream is fuel for all. When people are not depending on other costly energies.
And don't forget, you can log on to www.theworldchallenge.co.uk. That's www.theworldchallenge.co.uk, where you can find details of all the World Challenge projects and where you can vote for your favourite project in World Challenge 2007.